Walking away from someone I still love has to be one of the hardest things I've ever done. And that list is quite long. The heartbreak that followed was unlike any I've experienced. Logic and love never seem to mix, do they? I've been swept up by the stages of grief, quickly switching from one, then back to another. Anger, sadness, peace, back to anger, only to then end the night crying, trying to remain patient with myself. But honestly, this is a process I'd like to expedite. I'd like for the day to arrive where I don't wake up wanting her to be my first good morning. Don't spend most of my day avoiding my phone because the lack of messages from her causes an ache in my chest. Don't have to navigate through the emotional landmines her memories have left behind. But the thought of not wanting to remember is equally as painful as their blow. My time in Toronto was a nice distraction. I did my best to leave the grief buried beneath the smiles and laughs. Eventually, they became more natural. Spending time with William makes any bad day better. I didn't want my time with him to be tainted by the mess screaming in my mind. I waited until the stillness of night to unleash it. Stayed up until the early morning hours crying, questioning if the right decision was made, alone in a darkness that easily could have swallowed me whole. But the morning sun and laughter of my friends from outside my room saved me from getting lost in that despair. I'm thankful to have them in my life. Just like the times before, I wasn't looking forward to coming back to Los Santos. Wanted to ignore the reality that awaited me a little longer, enjoy the bliss that had been created alongside 3 of my closest friends. But the time eventually came. I cried my way through the goodbyes, repeated the words William tried to cheer me up with, and told myself to find some hope in them. Once I was back home, I received another happy reminder that there is no shortage of people who love me nearby. Jenny is here. I barely got settled in before I was heading back to the airport to pick her up. Wish you could have seen how happy she was. A little piece of home that is much needed right now. Saying goodbye is always hard, but sometimes the right path isn't the easiest one.